Painting with Menoth John is presented in Super Legitivision. Super Legitivision, the future of podcasting. It's .com.
Hello, I'm
Menoth John.
and I'd like to welcome you. First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your homes. If this is your first time with us, let me extend a personal invitation for you to drag out your
miniatures
and paint along with us each week. Let's go over to the canvas here and let's get started. I believe, every day's a good day when you paint. I believe, it'll bring a lot of good thoughts to your heart. I believe, every day's a good day when you paint. I believe, it'll bring a lot of good thoughts to your heart. Let's build a happy little cloud. Let's build some happy little trees. There are no limits here. Start out by believing here. You can almost paint with anything.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, there may be no limits on this show, but I'm going to tell you what, there's less limits in the chat room tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, we're going to sell you the whole damn podcast, but you're only going to need that last couple inches on your chair because somehow talking about the game Kingdom Death did what it just did to the chat room. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not even going to tell you what this is about. You need to get here at 6:30 p.m. in the future. That's all I got to say. It's just speechless. I'm just not sure what to do with it.
We'll just smile and nod.
It's like looking down an outhouse hole down in there, buddies. Anyway, this is your old Uncle John here at the Painting with Menoth John show. Here we are. You can tell it's Painting with Menoth John because of the big blanket in the back. And with me, of course, I have the co-host with the mo-host, Mr. John Spencer.
Hello.
And with us, we have one of our favorite guests. We bring her on because she's willing to, number one. And number two, because it's a Brushhead gallery night, and she is one of the finest minis painters that we know. And there you go. So, Shoshie Bauer.
Hey.
And, of course, I'm pointing in the wrong direction, because that's what I do on this frickin' show. 3 years in running, and I can't get the camera figured out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Painting with Menoth John show, and you are here. And we are twitching live at Menoth John. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with the introductions and the beverages because I need something to cleanse my mind. If I could pour this shot of Sailor, what the hell is this shit? Sailor Jerry spiced rum. Sailor Jerry spiced rum. If I could pour this directly into my brain, I would do so right now. Or bleach. One of the two. And then I'm going to be following up the Sailor Jerry with a fine beverage from the New Glarus Brewing Company. This is Serendipity Happy Accident Fruit Ale. I don't know what this is, but severe drought, we shared the farmer's horror as Wisconsin's cherry crop failed. Dan brought the cherries he could. The apple crop fared better, and they mixed apples, cranberries, and cherries together. So it's going to be something. And
It's going to be fruity.
It is. And
That fits the show very well.
Yep, we're a little fruity tonight. And there you go. So what do you, Shoshie, what are you having?
I have my water. It's La Croix natural apricot essenced sparkling water. That's what it says.
Wow.
First off, it's LaCroix.
I said La Croix, but
You say it wrong because I'm from Wisconsin and it's
Okay.
LaCroix. Okay, we have a place. It's called LaCroix. So
LaCroix.
yeah, LaCroix.
La Croix.
Because Wisconsinites well known for pronouncing things properly. Just gonna put it out there.
Oh my God.
So your water has been essenced.
Yes.
So you could make, I guess, if you were to add some type of an alcohol to that, you could call it an essence blast. That'd be great.
That actually might be good.
Yeah. And John, what about you? What do you have in this evening?
I have a shot of Kraken and then some Dr. Pepper and Fireball.
Oh, there you go. Well, it's, this Sailor Jerry, I guess it's called, was a gift from the Minister of Great Times, Ryan Goes, who was on the show last week, and he left the bottle for me. So on behalf of everyone here you go. Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Now, before we started the show, I forgot to get a prop out, so I'll be right back. Just talk about Kingdom Death or something.
Oh no.
Well, I'm going to fill in the Brushheads of what I did last week, and I'm not talking about the football game one, too, that was fun. El Marshall and I played 9 of the first 10 missions of X-Wing. And I know you're thinking, X-Wing has missions? I thought it was just bring your ships and blow each other up.
No, it's got missions.
Yeah, it's got missions. Every single box set comes with a mission at least. And they're actually pretty fun. It was a great time.
I think the missions are actually the best way to play that game.
Yeah, and I'll let you know that the T-70 X-Wing from the new movie with Blue Ace with BB-8 is hot bullshit. That thing goes everywhere. It was so much fun.
That's awesome.
Oh,
That's awesome. Oh, this stuff
had a good
smells
time.
amazing.
I played Rebels. He played Imps and Scum, and I went 6-3. So hey, not so bad.
I'm shooting a picture of this beer I'm drinking. It's real. It's real nice. It's it looks a little darker than it actually is. It's got a very rose color to it. It's very nice. I'm gonna have a little sip right now. Oh yeah, that's freaking delightful. I wonder. Oh, I hope it's not too much alcohol, or else this could be a wicked one. Anyway, so yeah, so there you go. We've got that. I got the prop now, and we're gonna come back to here. We do have some business to take care of before we get too far down the line. As you know, we are all about the Patreon here at patreon.com/menothjohn. And if you would like to be a sponsor, you can get right on over here. You get your crony status. You know, we're in an election year right now, and we like to think of ourselves as an honest alternative to politics. And as president for life of War Machine and Hordes, I am Menoth John. And I'm prepping a new errata, just so you know. There's been a lot of rumors out there about upcoming errata, and I'm here to tell you that none of those people know. I keep it a very close kept secret between me and Maddie. I call him Maddie. We go a long ways back. Stinky. Back in his our fraternity days, I used to call him Stinky. He used to call me Brushface. And there you go. But we have new Patreon. Chris Surrey, you may have heard of him.
Yes.
He's pretty good at this painting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's chipped in. We appreciate that, Chris. We need to have you back on the show again. That'd be fantastic. We'll get you in the hopper. Speaking of guests, we have coming up Russ Wakeland from the D6 generation will be joining us, I believe, next week, and then Robert Dorefsky. We're going to get you on right after that. That's Flight Medic there in the chat room. And he's going to be giving us a photography lesson, and I've cleaned out the basement a little bit here in the recording studio. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and actually set up a light box with the cameras and everything so that we can do a live demonstration, and then he can tell me how wrong I am, and then I'll correct it, and it'll be great. So
and you can see before and after. There you go. That's perfect.
Exactly. I'll probably set up a camera, one of the webcams, as like a photography camera. It'll be like acting like the camera, and we can work on the lighting, and you'll be able to see the play on the miniatures and stuff. So I've got big ideas on this one, there, Robert. So also joining the ranks of the $5, the ones that get you the free mask that you can open up bottles with, and so that's coming to Scott Heibel, and also Andrew Giordano, who was at a lower commitment level, has upped his commitment, upped his game. We call it leveling up here in the Painting with Menoth John. So he leveled up, and so if any of you also, we're out of the bottle openers right now. I'm going to be putting in an order to get more, and all you have to do is become a patron at patreon.com/menothjohn at the $5 per episode. We're only going to give you 4 episodes a month, so we're not going to like all of a sudden show up and like 150 downloads are going to happen, and then you're going to go, oh my god. And so that's not how we play, and it's a wonderful way to help kind of keep the lights on here in the dungeon that is my studio, and helps get John fantastic new headphones that have really helped the sound quality, and keeps this podcasting rig alive. So something to think about. Also, speaking of pimping, Shoshie, you've got some new stuff on the horizon.
Yes.
Would you like to share it with us?
Well, I have a couple things. Number one, I have a alt scheme tutorial of the Growlar coming out in this month's no quarter.
Woo!
The estimated time of printing to be in the shops is going to be January 27th. So if you pick that up, and you will have my very first published tutorial, which will be really cool. And then my other thing is that I have with a friend of mine created a group for colorblind miniature painters called Colorblind Miniature Painters, and we're kind of creating a support slash encouragement group for people who have color deficiencies, and we're going to be eventually doing some contests and some basic. This is sort of like not for sure yet, but I'm going to be doing something with Enchroma, which is the company that does the glasses for colorblind people that allows them to see different. It allows them to differentiate between different colors a little better than they currently can.
That's really cool.
So it is really cool.
That's really cool. That's a neat way to give back.
Mm-hmm.
John, were you going to say something?
I think those are actually what the Daughter of Frankenstein uses to help play the game.
That's really cool.
Mm.
Well, there you go, folks. So that's some exciting things on the horizon for you, Shosh. That's wonderful. And as you can see, we have put your logo there for your painting company. There, you do some commission work. Are you actively working on any commission stuff right now, or are you still doing your own stuff?
Oh, well, right now I'm doing a Frostgrave warband, and it's a bunch of I call them booby girls, but they're little underdressed barbarian ladies for the cold weather, but they seem pretty popular.
I've heard some very good things about the Frostgrave rule set. It is I've seen Owen Schindel, the cooler, play that game a number of times onto interwebs, and it seems like a lot of fun. And when has lack of clothes ever stopped a barbarian woman in the frozen north? I mean,
well, that's what I say. Yeah. One of the nice things about the Frostgrave game is that you can use miniatures from all different lines.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how you create your warband, and that makes it really fun for me to paint because I got lots of different things from different lines that I've never seen before.
And that's cool. I mean, literally with that game, from what I'm looking at it, is let's say you've got bunch of War Machine stuff, and you could use that even.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Terrific. All right. So the XSplit is yelling at me that we've had some dropped frames. So hopefully we're not having too much of a bandwidth problem here. But anyway, so there you go. Thank you very much. Shoshie, last time you were on the show, and we haven't done it quite as frequently as we have done in the past, but we have sponsors on this show.
Okay.
And we've had a tradition in the past of having some type of a model or not come on, and we had a special request from a very dear friend of the show, Belinda Librarian, to have a very special word from our sponsor. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, direct from the Mattel catalog, ladies and gentlemen, may I present
Nice.
Fairy Queen Barbie for Discount Games Incorporated, Greenleaf Terrain, Games and Gears, and KR Multicase. Hi! Jesus! Minute, John, get me straightened up here, Christ! Alright, so listen up, folks. It takes a long time to put on a dress like this. And I'm gonna tell you right now that the best way to spend your time when you're trying to get a dress like this on is go to Discount Games Incorporated. When my dresser's here, look at this coif. Oh, that's great. They work for hours on this hair. And while they're doing that, I'm got my iPad. It's hard to use an iPad with plastic fingers. Let me tell you, it's a bitch. And I ordered me some of them Guild Balls. Or I ordered me some of them War Machines. I bet you I could carry the War Machines in this little dainty purse that I have here with those sequins on it. And you know what's better at carrying your miniatures than a dainty sequin purse? KR Multicase. That's right. I can order those over that KR Multicase use Google.
I don't even know what the damn address is, but use Google. I have people for that. And Greenleaf Terrain, once I get my guild balls, or I get my war machines, and I put them up there, I gotta have some metric terrain. You know, I'm very sensitive. I'm Barbie, for fuck's sakes. I'm like a little flower. And that means that I need to have an internationally approved metric type terrain. I can't have this standard shit. I need to have the metric shit. And so let me tell you that Greenleaf Terrain, and that's Adam at Greenleaf Terrain, mail him, he'll send you some stuff, he'll charge you something for it. It costs money. What do you think this is, a charity? It's not! Anyway, and if you need other things that are metric, try Games and Gears. They're from the UK or China or something like that. And they have paintbrushes and towels and terrain, but it's not quite like Greenleaf Terrain. It's not like all done. You have to do things to it. So it's like different terrain. But mostly it's paintbrushes or it's towels. So there you go. And then KR Multicase. Hell, we already mentioned KR Multicase. And that's all we're going to say about them. But their foam, I understand. Now, I can't confirm this, but it's like butter. That's what I hear. And it's the best thing you can do for your miniatures. You know the sequin case I got here? Not butter. That's like some velvet or shit. But they got the butter because they're on a roll in 2016. So I'm Fairy Queen Barbie, and I'm gonna give you look. I'm a princess. God damn it! I'm gonna wave you the wave. I'm gonna give you the wave. There you go. See, I'm a really goddamn princess. Anyway, so get over there to Discount Games Incorporated and buy the guild balls or the war machines or whatever, and the metric terrain from Greenleaf, and towels and stuff from Games and Gears, and that butter foam doesn't even put any calories on you. Anyway, so there you go. I'm Barbie. Ah!
So there you go. Yeah, Arcadad, this is why I didn't advertise on here. Now, Arcadad, by the way, if you're looking for dice trays, I have to tell you to go over there to Tectonic Craft Studios and get one of their Everyman's dice tray. They're legit. And even when you don't think you have all the parts, it turns out you have all the parts. That's all I got to say about that one. I was assembling one of them, and I thought I was missing a part, and I sent a message to Arcadan, and then halfway through the conversation, I found it, and I was like, oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. Oh, Barbie's hard on the voice. I'm a little out of practice for this shit. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Oh my god.
You know,
You have to like gargle some lemon water or something before you do the show from now on.
only if it's been essenced with lemon water.
Essenced apricot sparkling waters.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. The brains. That was incredible. There you go. And then we got a what the fuck.
Yeah, that's about right.
So there you go. We succeeded. You know, we treat our sponsors very special here at Painting with Menos, John. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and let's get to the business that we came here to do. Let's talk about a Brushhead gallery.
Yeah, start that
my
up so in
God.
case we got lag, we're catching up.
Yep. So
Yeah.
it's already I brought it up here, and you know, Tadgo did the original of the Brushhead gallery logo things here. I just keep on going and digitally editing the year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I made the 2 into a 3 using the power of PowerPoint. So there you go. Boy, folks, this is a really very amazing Brushhead gallery. We've had some of the best turnout as far as submissions are concerned. Really appreciate everybody's getting in here. Let's go ahead and let's start bringing on the first ones. What do you say, guys?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. Boy, we are having some internet issues. Hopefully it's not too bad for folks out there, because we've lost quite a few frames. I hope it's not going to be a big, huge problem for people watching. So
It's lag-tacular.
Yep. So I thought first off that I would probably lag-tacular. I thought I would start off by showing some pictures of kind of how I have things arranged here at my house. because I've never done that before, I don't believe, on the show. I've maybe put pictures up at various and sundry places, but you may not have seen it. This is the picture in the lower left-hand corner is my spray booth setup that I have for my airbrush. And I've got you've got your spray booth over here on top of an Amazon box that I believe it actually arrived in because furniture. And then we have this wire rack that I put up here, and that works out really nice for holding my Windex and a few airbrush paints, and I've got my little compressor for the airbrush and all that kind of good stuff. So that's my rig. A little place up here for some paper towels. Paper towels are very important. I got a little blue glove up there because wearing a blue glove is important, so you don't end up with paint all over yourself. And then a couple cans of P3 primer up here. I like P3 primer. So, Shoshie, what do you prime your models with?
I honestly like to use Stynel Res, and I find that because when I airbrush it, it's so much faster for me to airbrush my primer on. The white Stynel Res, sometimes when you put it through an airbrush, it spits and it makes little blobs all over your piece. But the Stynel Res, it goes on like a dream, just like black. It's beautiful. Sweet.
So I'd been looking into that. That's a Badger product, right?
I believe yes.
Okay.
Oh, and it also makes a green. And because of my skin tones, I always base my skin tones with green. So this makes it even faster for me.
Nice. That's a pro tips. See, ladies and gentlemen, we are literally on like frame 1 here, and already the pro tips are happening every 3 seconds. And then there's the there's the podcasting rig in all of its glory, including cityscape of unknown city on the left, and then of course my awesome Facebook page over there on the right. So there you go. Next frame we have here is I decided to put in a slide of some of my own work, and the first one is Doomy 3. And he had not been based at this point, and I couldn't be bothered to actually get it to focus properly on the second picture.
Well, we're still a little ways behind.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow, we're really that far lagged, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder what's up with. I wonder why that is.
Happens.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I've got something going on in the settings of the show that are potentially causing that. Let me know when you see Doomy 3.
Well, everyone's having Twitch problems today, so it's probably some of that.
Okay.
Right now, for me, your cursor is going over your computer. Oh, now I see him. Oh, he looks pretty. Oh,
Holy
I
cow.
love him.
We're almost like a full minute behind. So
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah,
Remember
he
to go to
looks
the next
amazing.
slide now while we talk about him.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what I just did. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. I'm real happy about it. He turned out pretty slick. He's such a beautiful model to paint.
The pink glows on the runes are really cool. I haven't seen that yet before, so that's cool.
It's really easy too. All it is it's actually.
No, don't give it away now. I got a question about that.
Okay, go
Get
ahead.
that later.
Okay, that's fine.
Haha.
Okay, that's it. You'll have to wait. Let me know when you see the next one up, which would be from Tal Kazar.
Okay. And I'm also noticing that you signed the little scroll, painting
Yeah.
with Meneth John.
I couldn't be worse at freehand. That's like one of my worst examples of freehand ever.
Hey, practice makes perfect.
Now we see him.
Okay, so Tal Kazar, who was a brushhead that submitted in our last brushhead gallery, has submitted a picture of Maximus and a couple of the Bloody Barnabas. And really appreciate Tal submitting again this time. And any commentary on
Now,
these?
is the one guy, is he one of the pig minions, or is he
Yeah,
something else? I can't quite tell.
that one.
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
pig.
Yep, he is. That
Yeah.
is Maximus, and he is like the Doom Reaver pig. And
Okay.
yeah, that is the one that Ashton painted for me. So my Maximus
Nice.
is all kinds of beautiful, including including tattoo work that says PwMJ on his stomach and stuff like that. It's crazy talk.
Nice.
But Tal, great job on these. Really appreciate you submitting them.
Mhm. Looks good with some washes on the weapons. It makes it nice and easy to finish those.
Indeed.
Give it a stone look.
Shoshie, I'm going to depend upon you that when you see the next slide to mention that you see the next slide.
I see Robert Durevsky's.
Okay.
and I don't know what I can't see what. Oh, this is the
Bombshell
exclusive
Bombardier.
model.
Yeah.
I love that.
Got the Bombshell Bombardier, I believe is the technical name for it.
I do have
And
to tell you, Robert, that your photographs are, they don't, the slides anyway, don't do this justice because I've seen this much more closely in different pictures and it's amazing. I love it. And so these are a little far away for everybody to probably pick
Yeah.
up a lot of detail unless they got a big monitor.
so basically, Robert, what she's telling you is that I suck at PowerPoint, and
No.
and it's true, and it's true.
There's this slide, Snapjaw, and Thunderhead.
Yep. And that Vlad is one that he had put up some pictures on the Facebooks about, and
Yeah.
it is just wonderful. The reds that Robert does are just some of the best reds I think I've ever seen. He
Yeah.
he painted a
Don't
berserker.
Next
forget
slide.
the base. That base is super legit.
His Vlad does look really great.
Yeah.
That base is super legit.
Yep, he's Robert that the way that you get the shading on the reds. He did a berserker for me that is just gorgeous. I mean, I don't have any K-Door, but it is one of the centerpieces of one of my display cases. It's right there front and center because it's just beautiful.
I'd love to see a better picture of the swamp base that he put on that gator. I think that would look really cool to see that.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
my
sure we'll
only
see it
thing,
on the-
I'll keep it positive because I think everything he's done so far I've seen is amazing. But I do see like a little gap in the jawline on the gator.
Yeah, wait till you take a look at my Glacier King someday. Shoshie,
Yeah.
you're gonna throw up in your shoe.
Okay.
So,
I
this
was
next one
actually
from
with
Rob.
Robert when he was painting this orc guy. We were painting last night in a hangout, and
Yep, this
I
is
thought-
this is
I like-
this is I believe her. No, this is John, isn't it?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I first saw it on Facebook, I thought it was mine for a split second because we use very similar paint schemes. He's just got a little more gray on it than I do. I'm like, that looks a lot like mine. Even the skin tone's pretty similar, which is funny.
You know, I've got a lot more gray on it than most guys too. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, Robert, it's just fantastic. Looks really great. I mean, Hern and John are some of my favorite models to play with Osram, and it's just a really great job on those. And I know those are some of the earliest models that PP ever did, also. So
oh, that's cool.
They're very characterful. I like them.
yep. Let me know when we get to Barry Holmes, Shoshie.
Okay.
Nice.
The
And I had given him a tip to make that gray a little lighter, and I think it does look better with the skin tone. I think it looks good.
So for those of you who don't know, Shoshie does a lot of Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
Where if you're looking for just a group of people to paint, get on over there to War Machine Hordes Painting, and just watch for Shoshie to post up a link. And
Yeah.
usually there's a half a dozen people or so in those things, and it's just nice to have some people to shoot the shit with. I mean, honestly, it's how this show got started. And
So- I see Barry Holmes' slide, but I also wanted to say that the last time we had a hangout in the War Machine Horns painting group, we had to have two because it was so big, and we had people from many different continents. We had Uruguay and Australia. I mean, I just love it because you get to meet so many different people everywhere.
yeah, it's wonderful. I look forward to hopefully getting on one of those again soon. A lot of times I end up being so busy that I can't stay for very long. But hey, Barry Holmes, I want to thank you for submitting this.
Beautiful color scheme.
Tyrone is one of my favorite casters to play, and he always brings it long dick style. And and this is and a pink version of him is nothing but love. I just really, really like it. Good job on that one, Barry. Thank you for submitting it. Wait till we get to the next one here.
Oh yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So obviously you can see it. J.D. Hagler has. So Ruin's probably one of the best models they've done in a long
One of
time.
the best warjacks, absolutely.
Without a question, he's one of the best warjacks ever made.
JD's it's beautiful. I see it now.
Man,
Yeah, it's
this is all kinds of breathtaking, folks. I really encourage
Yeah.
you, if you're hearing this on audio, spend the time to get over to YouTube and watch this on the YouTubes, because this model, I don't even know how he did what he did with that flag, because it looks like torn paper.
Yeah,
It's
great.
oh man, it is crazy good. The blues that he's using, the glows, it appear to be like nickel. What do they call it?
That
Nicola
iron
oxide.
oxide or
Nicola oxide.
yeah.
I love that stuff from Citadel. It's one of their technical
Yeah.
paints. But this is truly breathtaking, JD. Really appreciate you submitting this. And I should have hit the button about 10 minutes ago, given the lag. But we have another one coming up here from David Cameron when we get to it. Shoshie, when it comes to, what do you think are some of the top techniques that he used to produce ruin in some of those areas?
Well, I'm just looking at him. The fact that the fur really looks soft. It looks like it is really fur, and that
It
is
looks
impressing me so much. And
it looks
then
for
the
real.
straight lines on the Kador symbol on the freehand in the back, that's pretty impressive. Like you said, the beautiful glow, which contrasts the red so nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can see I can see a lot of two brush blending that he's done.
Someday I got to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
I think when I go to lock and load, I'm probably going to spend more time with try to get some time with Dallas and actually spend some time actually painting.
I can show you how to two brush blend at lock and load because I will be at lock and load.
Will you be painting
Yeah.
at lock and load?
Yeah, for sure.
Sweet.
Because don't they have like a little painting lounge?
I think so.
So I'll be there.
Outstanding. I will be probably at the hip with the beer machine guys, and that means I'm not going to be able to navigate a paintbrush terribly well. But I can watch and learn, I guess. Let me know when you see David Cameron's
I
orders.
see his.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice.
I really like this color scheme. I love the green skin with the purple, and I love what a great job he's done highlighting the purple.
Green, purple, and orange are actually triadic on the color wheel, so they always look really good together because they're basically opposite of red, blue, and yellow, right?
Okay.
And so that's actually one of my faction's color schemes. I just do it a little bit differently, but they always look really pretty on the table.
Yeah, and what's coming up that maybe you don't see quite yet is his fire eaters.
Yeah, the purple fire is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really different. It's if he took and went with a single color fire, which I initially wouldn't have thought would have turned out as good, but boy, does that look beautiful.
I'm still waiting on it.
Oh, what a shame.
I know.
Are you able to see it, John?
Yes.
So your lags are different than her lags.
Oh,
Yeah,
here,
just,
now I see it. I see
yeah.
it now.
Okay.
Oh, that's
After
cool.
the next one, just hit some F5 and refresh it. It'll catch
that's a
up
good
little
idea.
bit.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. And then
Yeah.
tell me what you see when you hit F5.
It's probably nomads.
I hope it's nomads, because then we can pick up the pace a little bit on this.
Yeah.
I like those fire eaters, though. It kind of looks like he's blowing some chemical smoke or something.
Exactly.
It's blowing slag at you.
There
Yeah.
you go.
All right. A
There
lot
you
of
go.
Borderlands 2 right now. A lot.
I see Scott Kidwell's now.
Yep,
Oh,
there you
wow.
go.
Yeah.
That looks really
A lot
nice.
of metal
I like that.
nomads.
It's
Yep.
a very Infinity feel on some nomads. It kind of has a...
Yeah, it really does. He went with a lot of black lining in these,
Mhm.
and I really like how they turned out.
Mm-hmm.
Scott, I believe that these were originally submitted for the last Brushhead gallery, and ended up not making it because for some reason, John, the last Brushhead gallery that we did, like we missed a whole bunch of submissions. So I went back and I caught up all those that we didn't talk about and put them into this
Cool.
presentation. Because I felt bad for those folks. They've submitted their stuff and then we didn't get a chance to talk about it. Are you all seeing Brett Painter now?
Yep.
I am, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So-
Are they cricks? They're cricks, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Brett is a member of the Geek Garage out of Utah, and he's still out there in Maryland right now, and he does a lot of this, a lot of smoke, sort of freehand sculpting using green stuff. So he's
Ah.
converted all of the smokestacks to have the
look
kind of
amazing.
necrotite smoke billowing out of them.
I
And
like the green to purple, too. That's pretty cool looking.
Brett's
And the
a
skulls and the one smoke is super awesome. In the middle.
Brett's a really talented painter and sculptor, and a reasonably decent human being as well. He's coming. He's coming out to Casa John. He's going to be on a business trip sometime. He said in April, and so he's going to swing up. He's going to be at the Army base or Navy base, I should say, down in just down south of me. So we're gonna stop up and we're gonna play some games. It's gonna be amazing.
Sweet.
So thanks, Brett, for sending these in. Super beautiful. Really like them. Then we got some from Scott Joseph, and let me know when you guys see them. Hopefully, the lag is caught up a little bit.
Refreshing does help. I'm getting caught up better.
Good.
I'm still not seeing it though.
Okay.
Judging on audio, we're about 30 seconds behind. I see it now.
Okay.
Your nemesis in the center there.
Yep, Raluk Moreclaw. He's almost done. My version of him, at least, is almost
I see.
done.
Yep. Oh, those look great.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to quick switch over to the... let me see if I can do this here. I'm going to come over here to the painting cam. And here's Raluk. My God, I can't. You can't see him. Screw it. That's a terrible idea. Going back to the Brushhead gallery.
Roger that.
I haven't set up all the details on the painting cam tonight because I didn't figure I'd need it. But Raluk Moreclaw, there we got. Oh God, the junior on the left. What's his name?
I had his name Gaston.
Gaston, and then of course we have Saxon Oric.
Motherfucking Oric.
Yep, standing on a
Nice.
troll head. That asshole.
I love Saxon Oric. He's awesome.
He's a great. He's a wonderful model as far as what he can bring to the party.
He's even a decent sculpt, especially for one that's so two-dimensional.
Yep.
Yeah.
So really, like I'm getting close on my version of Raluk Moreclaw here. So thank you, Scott. Those are beautiful. And then of course he also submitted a couple more models, and you'll see those in about 30 seconds because I couldn't be bothered to actually press the button. And what you're going to see when you get there is Haley 2, and Carver, the I don't know BDSM or whatever his name is.
BMMD, bringer of most massive destruction.
Okay, there you go. That guy.
Esquire, the third.
That guy.
Or something.
It's a Carver, the guy with the big knife.
Lots of titles.
The thing that I really like about the Haley is that I love the job, the glow, the way that he put the glow on the eyes, so that you have a lot of maybe more muted colors, and then all of a sudden pop right there on the eyes.
Yeah, the eyes definitely pop.
And I really like that.
And Carver's just a good, solid job.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now I can see it.
Okay. So really like the eyes on Haley on this one. Love the kind of arcane shade going on at the top of the pole that she's dancing on. And then of course Carver. I love the choice of the gold color that he used against all the kind of the pig irons, if you will, that he used. So really good looking stuff there. Any comment on those other than that, folks?
No, I
I
don't.
love how he just did a little grass there, a little bush on his base.
Yeah.
Definitely helps a lot.
Basing really is something that I need to do a better job of. If I look at maybe some different models, I'm going to try and step up my game on my basing a little bit. But right now, I'm kind of in a place where I'm not buying anything War Machine and Hordes here for a little while. So, we'll see when I get to it. Let me know when you get to Declan Lowry's, because Declan's is an interesting submission.
Oh,
So-
I'm excited.
Yep. So it's a Gundam, and the picture on the left was the original kit, and the rest of this is a
Nice.
the rest of it is a conversion. It's what he did with that kit, and I really think it's pretty amazing stuff. I love I love the highlighting and stuff that he did. I like the kind of the shield that he made for him and all that kind of stuff. Plus, kind of looks like a laser, a lightsaber type of thing. There.
Looks really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks very Romanish, actually. I like that. Little buckler and spear.
And because one Raluk Moreclaw on the show is not enough, Declan.
Everyone send in your Relic Moreclaw picks.
Exactly.
Everyone.
Everybody's hurting for something to paint, so they picked up Raluk Moreclaw, and here's another one from Declan Lowry, and
I like that.
I do too. It's I really like it. He went with kind of a bronze, or a little bit of a more muted type of an armor color, and I'm actually going to be taking on my Raluk. I'm going to be doing some rusting on some of his armor plating and stuff like that, so that I'm going to be using the Typhus Corrosion and the Rise of Rust to get a rusted look to it. So I think that makes sense. I mean, he kind of has that. Yeah, I'm a mechanic, but I'm not one of these guys that makes all my stuff look super awesome.
He's a mechanic, but he's still a mercenary.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he looks really good. And I don't know, it almost looks like he's got some weathered knee pads. I mean, I think whatever he's done to bring out the silvers, that looks really nice.
There you go.
Yep.
I was going to make a joke about weathered knee pads and being around performance appraisal time at work, but I decided not to.
What you did anyways.
Oh, I kind of did. It was meta though. So all right. So we're about to head into three pages of stuff from Brushhead Kelly. Now I hope I pronounced that right, because there is an arrangement of letters in this gentleman's first name that I am unfamiliar with. DAWFYDD. Brushhead Kelly.
David?
Yep, got it. And to my knowledge, and John, you're going to have to help me on some of this. These are all Infinity models.
Oh
They
my
sure look like it.
goodness.
That looks like Ariadna there, who are the low-tech versions. Yes, there's Anaconda down there in the back of the one picture, and there's a giant werewolf with a knife, which means it's definitely Ariadna.
Infinity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can't comment on these a whole lot, other than I super appreciate him Brushhead sending them in.
I'm really impressed with how many there are, because I have some Infinity models and they're so tiny, and to put them together and paint that many is impressive, because I can see even more in the back, and I'm like, my goodness.
They're tiny. They're not quite to the level of
Malifaux?
Malifaux. Yeah, Malifaux new models are next level, and apparently it's his pronunciation is David.
Yeah.
That's how you pronounce David.
David?
David. That's how
David?
you pronounce it.
Sorry,
Sorry, I googled it because, Welsh. Whoa.
all right. Well, I am very happy that you're a fan of the show and that you're here with us, and I'm very happy that you've sent us all this Infinity. It is.
Oh, and they let's see. Looks like some Pano models there. Pano
I'd like to know where he chose to get his Infinity bases, because my Infinity came with pretty blah bases.
Those are MicroArt Studio, I believe.
Ah,
It's hard to tell. I can tell the sort of 3 hexes together as one big symbol or batch there. That's definitely a prepackaged base. I think it's MicroArts. It might also be Secret Weapon. I mean, it's one of those guys. They do a ton of them.
Yeah.
I actually like Brush for Hire. They do their laser cut plastic that you put on the base. And
Okay.
it's got little stuff on there, and you put the guy on that.
I like that idea a lot.
And it's cost efficient, which is
Yes.
thumbs up.
Sometimes those resin bases can get to be quite pricey on a per base model.
Yeah.
So
some more. My boy in the back, Scarface.
David.
All right.
that's you on. Is the Scarface on the left or the right?
Scarface is on the left in the pretty much left corner with Mike. With right there in the corner, you can see another giant werewolf dude.
Okay.
So that's a bunch of mercenaries there, because it's got the Anaconda, who's technically a mercenary, and the Scarface, and there's a bounty hunter there, 2 bounty hunters in front, bunch of dudes there. Then all of his werewolves together. The background on their werewolves is actually kind of funny. It's actually like some alien who, if they bite a pregnant woman, they give birth to a guy who can turn between werewolf and human. I don't know.
Wow.
Complicated. Aliens.
Yes.
Let me know when you get to Richard Carey.
Got it.
Okay.
Oh, that looks great. Are
So-
those Infinity also?
Upper right hand side and probably the one on the left hand side is definitely
Yeah.
Infinity. I don't know what they are, but that's only because I don't play
They're
the game.
nomads. I think they might be nomads.
They are nomads because most of that box is the starter set for nomads.
Yep.
I think the guy with the sniper rifle there is a Grenzer security team, and then the rest is the box set plus a giant remote of some variety.
I'm going to be doing a nomad commission pretty soon, so
I
that'll
like the
be
paint
fun.
scheme on the nomads. I
Yeah.
hadn't thought of the gray and red together. Almost, is that a kind of a purplish tone of the red?
It's all
maybe?
it's
the gray?
orangish. I think it's orangish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it's
Yeah.
more orange and purpley actually. Now that I think about it, that's really
Mhm.
cool.
Yep, really nice. A lot of
That's a good
contrast.
storm
I
cloud,
want to
too.
see a bigger picture of the Stormcloud. He looks really good.
Yeah.
I believe
very
is
clean.
I believe that's a plastic one.
Oh, is
yeah,
it?
looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the fact that that it doesn't have a banner on it, because the banner's ridiculous. But so then, of course, I'm gonna need your help again. We've got a couple of pictures here from a newer Brushhead, Melanie Renison. Unfamiliar.
Okay.
I have not. I've not conversed with her yet, and sent us some pictures from the Witch Dock Croc. That are the thing I like about this is that the colors are so vibrant.
Melanie is a friend of mine from Australia.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
She is very cool.
And a very talented painter as well.
Yes.
And here you see a bunch of different shots from the Witch Dock Croc there, the special edition one. And, it's interesting. The way that she has chosen to paint it, it's got a very... I can't describe what it is, but her color choices are so vibrant.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like about it. It's not a muted color at all. It's very vibrant. And that's what I really
Also,
like about it.
comic booky. It looks like something out of a comic book.
It's
Yeah.
very stylistic.
Yeah. There you go.
And then the picture that's going to come up here as soon as Twitch and the universe and my settings catch up to us are a couple of Super Dungeon Explorer models. These are the Deep Root Druids, which is this little dude who can turn into a big bear.
He's super fun to play, too.
Yep, he is. That was one of my my youngest boy Charles's favorite ones to play whenever we play Super Dungeon Explorer.
Our guy, we painted it up as a panda, so it's the Panda Bear.
There you go.
Cute.
We did a lot of silly stuff with that. One guy bought it, and a bunch of us were painting stuff up for it.
Cool. So that's it from Melanie. I appreciate her sending her stuff in. That was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got one from Brian Kerr coming up, who has not submitted to the Brushhead Gallery before. And let me know when Brian's stuff comes up. Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
There you go.
There we go.
The Scar.
Yep, we got ourselves some Scar 1 action. First off, F Scar. Just going to put that out there.
No, but he did an amazing job painting her. Look at that red cloak with all those shadows, and that looks really pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I love the skin tone, too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Really like the skin tone. This is one of the nicer... I mean, if you look at the face, it is really, really well shaded, and it's one of the nicest scars I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. Is Scar a pain in the booty to play against?
Oh, F her.
Yes.
F
She's
her.
slightly full of bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay.
She can manufacture wins out of thin freaking air.
Nice.
Yeah.
Of course,
Oh,
she dies in the most spectacular ways ever, but
That too, yes.
everybody's got a story about how they got killed by Scar and how they killed Scar. Everybody's got those two stories.
Okay.
Oh, I have a fire token that I take that's an E Scar. That's a Scar 2 fire token that I killed Scar on her feet turn, which
Oh, nice.
she cannot be targeted by anything during her feet turn.
That player was mad.
Yeah. Fiora 2 with Adjudicator.
I trampled her with Rorsch or with Brian.
Yep, doesn't target her.
It was good times.
That's awesome stuff.
And for Scar 1, I got her with Kaya 1. Took like 3 free strikes, lived through them, missed the first Spirit Fang, and rolled 666 to end her with the second one.
Oh my god, that makes my heart so
Nice.
happy.
Devil Squid was so upset.
That makes it
Hi,
even
is my
better.
Girl.
Yes.
And then
All right.
when we get to Andrew Swedberg, let me know.
All right.
Okay. Andrew is Brushhead from Seattle, and I've already arranged to play a game with him when I'm out in Seattle next, which will be not this coming week, but the week afterwards.
Cool.
So he's super amazing. We'll play out at Mox's boarding house in beautiful Bellevue, Washington.
There we go.
And what you have here is some Blackbane's Ghost Raiders up there in the upper right-hand corner. A custom Gorman DeWolf who is made out to work for Protectorate.
That is my favorite Gorman ever. Because I don't like his normal face or his hat, and that is amazing looking.
To see it done as something that isn't Darkwing Duck.
Yes. Thank you.
I love the original Darkwing Duck.
I think
Now
every
everybody's
Gorman
got
from
a.
now on should be customized to their factions.
I don't have a problem with that.
Mine is customized to my faction. Mercenaries.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. You get to keep the original.
Yes.
And then we
Darkwing
have
Duck.
and then we have an heiress too, who he decided to put on a he redid the base, so it's nice.
Yeah, I like her with different bases. I like what they did with the original base, but it's a little bit jarring in some armies. It doesn't really fit, and that's kind of
Yeah.
a pain.
Yeah, I understand
It's
that.
more of a standalone piece, like
Nice.
sculpturally.
So Andrew, thank you very much for the wonderful. Andrew, by the way, is one of the gentlemen that sat through Turkish Star Wars at War Machine Weekend.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
they
there.
sit to the whole thing, unlike other people.
He's. Hey, I had RPGs to play, man.
Uh-huh.
I might have been a little inebriated too.
I might have been really inebriated.
You were worse than me. Somehow.
That's because I watched the whole thing.
So
Oh.
when we get to Pure Odin, please let me know.
Sure.
He is he sends stuff in to us occasionally, and he is an amazing brushhead. We appreciate Pure Odin for sending his stuff in.
He's very active in the flippity bloops.
Yes, he is.
Got a couple saved up for next time we do regular ones.
Excellent. Have you guys seen his stuff yet?
Not yet.
How about some F5 action? You want to F5 it? And
I've been refreshing. There,
Wow.
okay, now I see
Okay.
it. I see his
Yep.
little sorcerer girl.
my gut tells me
Just
that
roll
I've got a very tragically misset setting on XSplit
It's-
that's causing this problem.
Yeah.
It might be Twitch too. I would.
Is
put
that the
money on Twitch.
Ragman?
That is Ragman in the center.
Ragman.
Yep.
Mhm.
We have a unit of Amethyst Rose gun mages up above
Nice.
there, and that's just a closer up picture of the dude. It looks like the dude's been reposed, which I like this pose about 1,000 times better than the original.
Yeah. I don't mind the original, but this one's much more interesting. He's more dynamic.
Yep.
I like the detailing that he's put on the staff of the little Super Dungeon Girl,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
because that's not actually carved. He's painted that, and it just gives it an extra dimension.
That is all freehand. The way he
Yep.
did that. So now you got to let me know when you get to the Earthbreaker,
Okay.
because I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a heads up. This Earthbreaker is spectacular. I on a per model basis, I've seen more spectacularly done Earthbreakers, I think, than any other model in the range. Maybe Ruin is more, but this one is just beautiful. And he has decided that he's gonna employ some freehand on this one. Do 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 do. Ah, God.
Yeah, it's tragic. I think it's a bit of Twitch, and my internet connection's worse. Oh, I see.
So he went with the motto of this particular Earthbreaker
Yeah.
is "Skin made of iron, steel in our bones." And is there anything more rulic than those two phrases put together?
It looks so industrial. It's like it's almost moving away from the steampunk and looks very sci-fi.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I could see this thing tooling around on an asteroid having some fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I just really, really love this. I mean, and then I love the detail that he put on the little triangles up
The
in the
little
corner.
Words. What does it say? It says something made of iron.
Skin made of
Skin
iron,
Made of iron.
steel in our bones. And
Oh,
then
that's
his
really
name
cool.
is Diggy.
Diggy. I love it.
Then I'm switching ahead here. So, but that Earthbreaker is absolutely amazing. When you get to the next slide of Per Odin's, you have to let me know. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Per Odin Hansen. I know I'm getting Hansen right because I'm Danish, but Per Odin is I hope I'm putting the emphasis in the right place. But he's on the next slide. He's brought together a number of different models, and the reason I wanted to show this one, especially for maybe some of the newer painters who are watching this, is he included on the bottom 3 different models that represent 3 years, about 10 years, he said, spread across painting, and they're all junior warcasters.
Yep.
And
Oh, cool.
you've got the original male on the left, then you've got the female alternate version in the middle, and then I believe that is that Jake's?
Yeah, it's Allison Jakes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, on the right, and then so there you have it, folks. There's 10 years progression, and as you can see,
Big difference.
It's a big difference. So
Oh yeah.
for younger painters who maybe haven't been painting as long, you don't make golden demon nonsense on your first try. It takes time and practice. This is something that you learn from others and your skills develop.
Yep.
Yeah, go listen to some old Boosted Damage, John Webb talking about his painting stuff, and he'll tell you a lot of his thoughts on how long it takes to become a great painter.
And you don't
really
have to
telling.
spend hours and hours in these long painting sessions. If you were to paint 15 minutes a day, that's better than painting 8 hours at a time on a weekend, because you're developing muscle memory, just like more Michael Jordan shooting hoops. He didn't just paint on the weekends, or shoot hoops on the weekends.
No, that's fair. That's a good. Everyone got the analogy.
Mhm.
Michael Jordan didn't just paint on the weekends.
Yeah.
I like that one. And then we have a so that's those ones. And now as soon as Twitch catches up,
Good luck with that.
we have a picture that's very near and dear to my heart. John Snodgrass submitted, and he submitted some pictures that were done of the Bob Ross whelp
Oh, nice.
that he and I kind of teamed up on. Now, folks, I did not do the conversion on this. I did build when we get to it. So John sent me a model that was a whelp with a fro and a paintbrush. And so he created the paintbrush and all that kind of stuff. What I built was the easel and the little painting, and then I painted the rest of the model.
That is so adorably cute.
So he
It
and I
is.
kind of teamed up on this one.
That's super awesome.
That's really cute.
And I think we took second or third for conversion at War Machine Weekend
Nice.
for this one. And I did the thing I'm most proud of on this entire picture is the little happy little trees picture that is
Yep.
actually on there. Painting
awesome.
that picture is about 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch.
Oh my gosh.
And I think I kind of captured Bob Ross with that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's really cute.
I'm really happy with how this. And John, thank you for submitting this. I never would have submitted something on there. I wish I would have done a better job basing it. And I think if I had done maybe a little bit better job of fashioning the way that the easel kind of comes together, maybe you would have gotten a gold for it. But my work clearly held it back. But John's an amazing painter, and this was a lot of fun to work with him on. And then I'm gonna get to the next one. You can tell that he painted this and not me. John does. It has a little shop, Tiny Heroes miniature painting, and on the next page you're going to see a Scorn, Tyrant Commander, and Standard Bearer, and then a couple of sorcerers from, I believe, Reaper. One of them is a Bones model, and one of them is one of their metal models. And he just
He
wanted to.
mentioned you guys got a silver for that model.
It was a
sir.
silver. Thank you very much.
I'm still waiting on mine.
Oh, God.
I know. And I'm refreshing and refreshing.
It's definitely Twitch. It's John's settings might be hurting it a little bit, but it's Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause
I'm getting
It's a lot
dropped
of-
frames detected from my stream all the time.
Yeah.
It could also be that
oh yeah,
I may have some internet usage going on in the house that could be hampering it as well.
I like the Zals a lot.
Well,
Is that Zal?
that's Tyrant
no, that's
Commander.
Oh,
Tyrant Commander and Standard. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're really
Oh.
cool.
it's beautiful.
I
Man,
love the red.
that scoring line is beautiful. And the fact that John chose to go red on red is something you don't often see people do in Scorn, and that is, God, that's effective.
It is nice.
And then one of those two of the sorcerers, one of them is a Bones plastic model, and the other one is a white metal.
Oh, wow.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
which I find kind of amazing.
Yeah. I'm going to take a guess and say the one on the left is the metal.
Okay. What makes
I'm
you say
just
that,
guessing.
Shoshie?
I feel like the way the leg is on the right one seems a little thicker. Or maybe the other one is then. Because if it was metal, that would be more true. And then, I don't know. It just something about the braids and the way they were bending made me think that that was more the plastic one.
Okay, cool. Let me know when you see some warples.
Okay. Now I do.
Okay. So John also submitted. He said this was done today.
Nice.
Hey, huh?
So I have one critique,
Uh-oh.
and that is to use a different background because he's being like absorbed into the background with his current colors.
Well, he's warped for prowl. So
There you go.
Yeah,
stealth.
maybe he's
Boom.
stealthing. That's it.
There you go.
But if you're wanting to show off your colors, you're wanting to not stealth.
Why don't you get my boy Ed to put in his warp wolves? He made little things to put on them that represented each of their warping. So if it's armor, he's got these little plates that come on and all.
Oh,
It's
nice.
really kind of cool.
That's a really good idea.
So there you have it,
Let's go.
folks. There you have
Yeah.
it. There's our
Yay.
Brushhead gallery for Q4 of 2015. And
Yay!
So many great things.
yeah, there was really some beautiful work that was done this time as usual. And I apologize for all the lagging and folks like that because it makes it very, very difficult to do a show like this where we're trying to show you your work off and then,
We can't see it yet.
Twitch. And then
Well,
Twitch
next time,
happens.
John, you have to shoot me a copy of it because I can put it up.
Right.
I've got open office and stuff.
What's gonna
That's a good idea.
what's going to end up happening is the actual like recording that's going to go up onto YouTube is going to be in sync with my computer, and so it's the dialogue is going to be all way off and stuff. Who cares? You know what?
Yeah, it'll happen.
You know how much Okay, so it's a podcast. All right,
Super legit.
Let's be fucking honest about this.
It's super legit
Yeah,
of
It
it.
is super legit vision. I mean, that's part of its charm. So anyway, so there you go, folks. That's the Brushhead gallery. The going through the pictures made it a little bit more difficult because of all of the streaming issues, but really great submissions. I want to thank everybody for sending them in. Super appreciate it. Now, John, we're at that special time of the show where we have a lot of questions that come in, and sometimes we get questions that come in that I am just simply not qualified to discuss, and I just enlarged Shoshie on the thing. So I used to have one where I could flip flop. So Shoshie, you would end up on the major portion of the stream, and I would fade off into the corner. Can't do that because that was something I lost during the fiasco. But
Okay.
we're going to focus on you, Shoshie Bauer, as I point in the wrong direction, as I am wont to do. And we're going to answer some questions that are more technically oriented than we are
Right.
normally able to go after.
I will do my best.
Excellent. Good job. So, John, why don't you hit us with some of them flippity bloops?
All right. Well, since I promised it, Dowdark asked a while ago, how do I get a good pink glow effect?
Okay, so when you're painting a glow, what I start out with is I will actually carefully dry brush the area that I'm wanting the glow in, or I'll paint it in carefully with the highest white. And I like to use like a titanium white by Golden, like actually an artist color, not a miniature paint, because that's actually more white than your miniature lines. And then I will take an ink, like I personally like this one is Daler-Rowney, the FW acrylic artist ink, or Vallejo has some fluoros that work really well, and you're going to go over your white with that, and that's going to pop it. And make sure the white is completely dry before you put the other color on top.
So if you really want it to look good, you do it that way. That is
Oh.
not how I did Doomy 3 because I'm lazy. The way I did it was I used, and the reason I like to use it, I have some Minotaur airbrush pink. I have a Minotaur airbrush pink. It's called Lust Pink, and you got to shake the shit out of it because the titanium dioxide that they use as a pigment doesn't stay in suspension terribly well. So you want to get that all shook up really good. And the reason I like to use the airbrush paint is that it flows really nicely into the rune itself. And because I'm not terribly awesome at judging how much paint I actually need, it overfills the rune in most cases. And then what you end up with is as the paint dries, it sucks down into the bottom. So the pigments actually kind of suck down into the bottom, so you end up with a more vibrant down towards the bottom, and it kind of glows out. And that's how I did Doomy 3, and that's how I tend to do a lot of my pink runes that I use in my trolls. But the way you're describing it sounds like a far more legit way to do it for a true artist effect.
Well, and if you want it to look really like a hot glow, you're going to go back in there in the middle of your parts that you want to glow with the white again to give it that little hot spot. And you're going to blend that out into the pink.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of brush control. It turns out that working for Starbucks, I drink way too much goddamn coffee for every day. And I don't have that kind of brush control. But I know you have excellent brush control and are capable of doing that.
Well, dry brushing's not too hard for most people, so that's
cool.
Yep.
What else you got, John?
Kyle McCollum wanted to know a little primer on how to use acrylic flow release plus paint plus zenithal pre-shading.
Oh my goodness.
That might not be enough for a small, but
Yeah.
maybe some quick tips on it.
So yeah,
John, do you do that? Because I don't do a lot of pre-shading except for
I was hoping you were going to be able to.
sometimes I will. You
Okay.
know, I have this piece that I pre-shaded, but
So here's what I do, and it doesn't seem to work, but I'm going to share it anyway. So what I do is I prime my models black, and then what I do is I come back with probably like it's the name of the color is from Minotaur. It's a like a cracked earth is what it's called, and so it's a very very light grayish kind of color. It pulls a little brown but not too brown. And then what I do is I take it and at a 45-degree angle with my airbrush, and I just kind of go back and forth and just basically try to shade from where the light source would exist. I'm not sure what that actually does for me, and I'll tell you why. And I was hoping that you were going to be able to help me with this, but we'll find someone else who can. And so it's okay. The problem that I have is that when I go ahead and I apply my actual paint to it, is that all that pre-shading, yeah, it's out the window. I don't get any benefit from it. I don't run terribly, like I don't paint out of the pot anymore. I use a wet palette, and I think I do a pretty good job of making sure that I thin my paints through the wet palette and through making sure that my brush has plenty of moisture to it. But I don't seem to get a lot of benefit out of it. Now, what I will tell you I do get out of it is I can see detail. Because with black primer, I lose a ton of detail, my ability to pick it out. And if I go through there and I appreciate it with the zenithal technique that's kind of all the rage these days, I notice that I can see it and it helps me paint the model quicker and more accurately. But that's all I got on that. I was hoping that we might kind of like strike some kind of amazing like technology that was going to happen here.
So Meg Maples actually teaches that when she runs around cities and does her class. So a bunch of my locals do that because they all jumped into class. So
I was going to say follow Matt DiPietro because he's been doing this sketching technique with pre-shading that makes actually painting models for tabletop really fast and really cool. And that's kind of something he's going to be teaching classes on at Adepticon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's another one. Go to classes at the cons. If you get a con,
Yes.
they got some painting classes. Go to them. Good lord.
Yes.
And look at YouTube. Just start looking at a topic on YouTube.
Yeah.
People put a ton of stuff up there for free.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the way that I learned to use the Citadel technical line is through YouTube's.
Mm-hmm.
It's there's so many people out there that are willing to share the stuff that they know or have learned via videos. Turns out goofballs that have shows on Sunday nights are not the only thing available, as much as
No.
I'd like to think I am. So anyway, so there you go. John, what do you got?
All right, I got
next?
two more. One more complicated and one simple. We'll save the simple one for last.
Perfect.
Drake Scott wants to know, do you have any tips for painting non-metallic metals?
No.
Okay, this is my tip because this is what I've done. Find a friend who knows how to do it and either Skype them or have them over to your house, however you want to do it. I did mine with a friend in Australia and he Skype walked me through and I would do, he would tell me what to do and then I would send him a photograph, and then he would edit it on his phone and send it back to me like, here's what you need to do next. And we walked it through, and I still am not super confident because I didn't go immediately and practice it on my own after I did this. But what I came up with non-metallic metal came out amazing. So I really recommend like getting somebody to show you one-on-one. I think that's really the key.
So I'm going to ask the $64,000 question. Why do I care about non-metallic metal?
Yeah, I
probably
personally prefer metallic metals, but this is why I want to learn to do non-metallic metals, is because it will make my metallic metals better. Because the high contrast is what you're going for with non-metallics, and if you can understand that concept and be able to do that concept, it opens up doors to being able to make other techniques that you already want to do better.
So it's one of those things that's like you're lifting weights to get stronger so that you can lift things you normally want to lift that much better.
Yes, I definitely think so.
That's exactly it.
It's another tool in your toolbox, and I think you should have as many tools as you can.
Plus, a quick look on YouTube. There's a ton of videos there, and I saw one like frame from a video that was a forged weapon painted this non-metallic metal blue. It was awesome looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
And there's
you
so
can do
many
some cool
different
stuff.
approaches to non-metallic. There's easy approaches and there's difficult approaches, so you can find one that's going to suit you the best too.
Man, I just try to make I just try to make my models look like someone didn't throw up onto a base. And
I
That's
do too.
generally my goal too.
I feel like the non-metallic metals, while I respect it as a technique, is not something that I don't know that it's for me. I think that I can get more bang for my buck for learning how to control my washes better and learn how to highlight just normal things better. I've got 47 years old. I got a lot of things I could learn just around that stuff and make myself pretty damn happy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, at the
anyway,
end of the day, the goal is to figure out what techniques you need to learn for what you're painting. You
Yeah.
know, if you're not painting for competition or something, you may not need it. If you
Right.
want to paint at the highest levels, you need to learn it so you can at least understand it.
Mm-hmm.
and
It's,
at least
it's like that for any of your hobbies. Let's be honest.
so what? I don't want to belabor the point on non-metallic metals too long because I know we got one more after this one. But what made non-metallic metals famous? Is it a GW thing?
Yeah, kinda.
I don't know. I wasn't in the hobby probably when it became famous, so I don't know.
I don't know why. I know about when, which should have been, I don't know, 2007-ish, I think, was when I really started noticing it. And people just started painting it. I think it was just them wanting to do something else, that next level technique to get them some painting awards. From
There's
my
a lot
point
of people
view.
that say that it looks really hard and people win awards because it's so hard, but I don't think it's as hard as people say it is. It's just hard to understand, and not everybody knows how to teach it either.
Yeah, and it's one of those
It's-
things. Someone made it up, and it's an advantage in a painting competition.
Yeah.
And
It's basically
in the day-
it's the same as teaching two-dimensional painting metals, and they just took it and put it in a 3D format.
Okay, cool. All right, I've had enough non-metallic metals for tonight. What's the easy question, John?
this is from Negajul. He's
Mm-hmm.
painting Pharaoh bone grinders. What is the best P3 color for pig flesh?
Okay, do you have a take on this, Shoshie?
Okay, so I would probably base coat with, I love Umber, and that's probably one of my favorite
Wow, that's
browns.
Dark. That's dark.
It is dark, but then you start slowly highlighting up with a little bloodstone, and then eventually a little Iridian flesh, and then I probably would do my highest highlights with like a Midland flesh, and I would actually, yeah, that's probably what I would do.
Huh.
Very, very skinny, very flesh. I mean, not like skin looking, but then with all those deep dark browns in there too.
See, when I did, because I'm a shitty painter, I went at the opposite direction. I used Cardic flesh and then washed down and then came back up. I used
Cardic flesh is really pink.
Yeah, and then
It's really pink for me, so I don't know if I'd want my piggies more brown than pink.
see your piggies. They went to market. My little
Yes,
piggy stayed home.
they
And let
ate
me tell
roast
you,
beef.
they ate fucking roast beef, bitches. My piggies ain't got no goddamn time for the city. They're gonna stay home and eat that roast beef. And but then I washed them with like a brown wash, and then I brought it back up, and I don't know. My your piggies are all like got street cred and shit. Mine are just like bourgeoisie pig.
Bourgeoisie pig. Yeah.
That you-
I did see another flippity floop on the Facebook page that was about painting urban camo.
okay.
Oh, hit it up then.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
I
I
don't
want
know.
a disclaimer beforehand. I'll see if I can find it real quick. But
It
disclaimer:
was okay.
painting camo is very difficult and not painting realistic camo is very difficult and not generally worth it on a model. You generally want to take a realistic camo scheme and make it kind of cinematic, kind of movie-ish. Might be the best
Okay.
way of putting it. Because a regular camo scheme is difficult and doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't look very great on a model.
I took a class from Angel Heraldes, who's the Infinity painter, and he taught us to paint camo. And my first tip is go Google what you want to paint, and then kind of look at how the splotches, how big they are in comparison to each other. And so, like with an urban camo, I might base coat with like um, with a gray coat gray, and then do a slightly big. Then it looks almost like a puzzle piece.
Mhm.
But you kind of and look at something while you're painting it, so that you have a reference at all times. And so you'll have a big splotch of maybe like iron hull gray over that, like a slightly higher gray, and then maybe the white is going to be a little smaller, and you're going to vary the patterns. And then your black is going to be the tiniest, and you're going to use like a 00 brush to paint that because it's going to be so small. And then dark line in all your shadows after all the camos painted.
Absolutely. And also, if you're not sure what color to use for a particular color of any camo scheme, start with the lightest one because you can always put the darker one over it with much more ease than going the other way.
Yes.
A guy was doing some Team Yankee stuff and doing some NATO camouflage, and I was helping him yesterday.
Yeah, they have right now. Citadel doesn't sell an urban camo wash, so I'm pretty sure I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, no, probably not.
I'm pretty sure I can't do it.
Yeah.
Google and don't hesitate to make it a little more cinematic color, like I was saying, because urban
Mhm.
camo is made for things to disappear in urban settings, so it might not look as good on the table as you necessarily want. So I've seen guys who take the gray away and make a sort of bluish gray instead, just to make it pop a little more.
That's
more
a good
color.
idea. That's why I like gray coat gray is a little bluer gray.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for an urban camo scheme, what I might recommend is just painting the Starbucks siren logo everywhere on your model. And that's pretty much going to look like an urban scene in most American cities, at least. And that way, oh look, there's just another couple Starbucks over there, and then they won't even expect the fact that it's actually like a tag. It's Scarface
I would love
over
to
there.
see an Infinity like Infinity Army that they all had like sponsor patches and stuff painted on their armor and all. That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yep. Once again, Citadel does not sell a Starbucks wash, so therefore, no Starbucks army shall be mine.
And that was Declan Lowry's question from the Facebook page there.
Oh,
Excellent.
good.
Excellent.
Oh, I didn't tell me.
Anything else, John?
That's it for the painting ones.
Wow, that's great. We actually sent some tech out today. That's some good shit
Yeah.
right there. So this is the movie segment or the media segment, John. Which I'm going to bring you up now a little bit. Emphasize the John now. I'm going to put Shoshie
no.
away. So got any movies this week, buddy?
I watched 2 movies this week. I don't know if I watched anything last week. If I did watch anything last week, I did watch something last week. I watched MSD3K. No big deal.
Nice.
And then Mythbusters. So I'll start off. Mythbusters. Watch the final season. Explosion special was cool.
Excellent.
We're never going to see these new episodes again. These are the last new episodes. Watch them.
Right, but how do I watch them if I don't have cable?
You don't have cable?
No, I haven't had cable in almost closing in on 10 years. Maybe,
I have cable.
Maybe 5 or 6 years.
I mean, I barely have cable. I have I want internet. What's the least amount of cable you can give me with internet? It came with Discovery, so I still watch them.
Oh, there you go. All right, so we got a little bit of we got some love for the MythBusters.
Yeah, Mythbusters. The 2 movies I watched, and they were great for different reasons. The first one was Furious 7. Yes, I've reviewed it before. I love the movie. I'll tell you what's absolutely great with this. Watching people who have never seen any of these movies before's reaction to how the shit just gets crazier and crazier. We were at El Marshall's house, and Not Brushhead Dave was there for a while, and he was having a hoot. And Not Brushhead the Jason, like, his reactions were just great every time the shit just got crazier and crazier. When The Rock came off the overpass and killed the Predator drone with the ambulance, I cannot make this shit up. It was great. The looks and his reactions were awesome.
So I've not seen any of the Fast or Furious movies.
They're a good time. They really are, honestly. Skip 2 and 3, totally unnecessary. Not very good.
Okay.
1, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's a great time, honestly.
So is there a machete order to the Fast and Furious movies?
No, you watch them in order because technically aside from Tokyo Drift, which is the third one, which I don't suggest watching, they take place in order.
Okay, cool.
And they tell a tight little story. If you want to drinking game it, every time they say family or call someone brother, drink and have the speed dial ready with 911.
I was just going to say, can you survive it? Jesus.
You can survive it. We did. I made El Marshall's cousin was there. I made him drink every time they said that, and he came out okay.
Okay, good. We don't. We are all about responsible drinking here.
Absolutely. If not, he could have slept there because he's his cousin.
There you go.
And the last movie I watched part last night, and before I went to bed, and then part today. Best action movie of 2015. Do you know what that is, John?
Best action movie of 2015. That would be Mad Max: Fury Road.
Damn right.
That isn't even a
was
question. And boy, did they clean up at the Oscar nominations.
They should, because it's a very well crafted movie.
It's a wonderful movie.
I don't know if I went into it. I mean, if you go back and listen to the stuff, I was skeptical. At first.
Oh, I was too. I was scared to death. I was afraid.
I was excited.
I was afraid
When
George. I was afraid George Miller was going to poop on his legacy.
And it's a great movie. It's really good in rewatches, which is I find a lot more movies I've noticed are better in rewatches.
Mhm.
I don't think this one's better in rewatches, but it's just as good in rewatches.
Yeah.
It's really entertaining either way.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff you can see, a lot of little bits I missed. I mean, it's a great movie because you can multiple level enjoy it. You enjoy it as a background movie, watching with your buddies, doing other stuff, and as a just sitting there and watching it myself movie, it's still great because I noticed little things I hadn't noticed in my previous, I don't know, half dozen viewings of it.
God, it's such a good flick. Now I just want to stop doing this podcast and go watch it.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta wait like 7 or 8 minutes for that.
Yeah. I'm sitting here
still
watching.
great.
I'm sitting here watching the frames drop like leaves from a tree on this. It's like this could be, and as far as picture quality, this could be anything tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much it. Both good movies. Nothing new to give you shots of Kraken scale with, obviously, but maybe something new. I got a fair amount of videos. Just got to find the time to watch them. Work's been kind of hit or miss.
So here's the deal, guys. We haven't done a Brushhead movie recommendation in a long time. We haven't done a movie club, like an official one, since the Star Wars thing. And, John, we're always looking at the Amazon Prime. And then...
Well, I've got a gift. Immortan Joe,
Well, I understand.
or Brushheads, gave me a gift card so I could get Netflix.
Okay, no, but we get this one's Amazon Prime.
All right.
And it's a science fiction movie.
Okay.
And it's... I can't remember the name of it now. Belinda's going to have to help me with this.
Uh-oh.
But it is... So the planet that takes place on is an anagram of vagina.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
So I'm thinking we got to do this. It's like Zerd 1 or something like that. I can't remember what the heck it was.
Is it Zardoz?
No, it's not
No, it's
Zardoz.
not.
It's
Thank
not
God.
Zardoz. But it's not good. And Don't even ask me how we stumbled onto it, but we read the description and we were absolutely flummoxed by it, and so we'll have to look at that one.
Okay, yeah, hit me up. We'll post it and let the guys know, and we can all try and enjoy this movie together.
Yeah, this one I don't know that it's necessarily Turkish Star Wars awesome, but it's not going to be good.
I watched a really terrible movie this week.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Please.
It's actually, so I have a lot of Australian friends, and I've been watching some Australian movies on Netflix, and I came across one called These Final Hours. And it's basically like if the apocalypse happened, but it's like gets to Australia last because, right, it's so far away. But
Okay.
everybody in Australia knows it's coming, so they're all like basically getting trashed. And
So it's Australia.
it's Australia, yeah. And and of course, because they don't have a lot of guns. There's like a machete and a hammer, and there's other stuff, you know. It's bad. It's a bad movie. And and my Australian friends told me that Australian movies generally aren't good, and that why am I watching them? So it's, I don't know. It's really, the ending is the worst part, but
So
I'd say I'd give it like 3 or 4 shots of crack.
wow, that's pretty bad. So have you watched Turkish Star Wars yet, Shoshie?
No, I don't know if I could get through that without some Kraken.
Oh,
This
you cannot.
this
You
is
totally cannot.
this
cannot.
it's a work of fucking art. It is
Oh my god.
it is one of the. I will tell you that if you watch Turkish Star Trek, that you will look back on Turkish Star Wars with fond memories.
Oh my God.
And look, Turkish Star Wars is so bad it made me realize Messages from Space just isn't that bad. It's kind of solid.
No, it's a. I think it is the most wrongly maligned movie in cinema history. Turkish Star Wars is the stuff of dreams. It really is.
Oh Jesus!
It is.
Dreams scare me, dog.
Man, I'll tell you what. I don't know. I think the punching the rock training montage could be my favorite. Here, I'm going to do it for you right now.
Oh, it'd be a great movie. Actually, you could do this without a lot of alcohol if you're all sitting around and you're ready and you're on your A game and you're doing your MST3K rip tracks type of dealio on it.
Oh, I think it's a date night movie for you and the husband.
Oh God!
Oh no. Oh no.
I tell you, my
We-
wife and I
oh,
tried to
another
watch
mo-
that. It didn't
So-
work.
Another thing that my husband and I did watch together, we didn't watch all of it, but we watched the first episode of the Shannara Chronicles on Netflix. Have you seen that hot mess?
So Belinda was somewhat hoping that it wouldn't suck, but she was afraid it was going to.
It was like, it's like if you took, a beloved fantasy novel from middle school and then made it like produced by the CW. Where like there's all these pretty boys and
50
like
Shades
pretty
of Drama.
girls, and yeah, it's totally teenage drama.
So that
Yeah.
means that fantasy as a, exciting, this is what they're all going to make the series about, is about
Yep.
to go away.
It
Because
is.
when the CW gets a series on something for the most part, that's when it starts to fade. Zombies, they got zombies. Zombies are about to go away. Vampires went away after they did Vampire Diaries.
Yep. Teen
go.
Wolf. Teen Wolf werewolves are old now.
I think that was MTV, wasn't it?
I guess, yeah.
My
Yeah.
dog,
Then they had that show Bitten.
Oh,
my dog just crop dusted the entire studio. Mostly because of what we've been just talking about.
I can't blame it.
She's-
Turkish Star Wars do that to anyone.
She's still breathing, so I know she didn't just die, but it could have happened the way it smells in here. So, ladies and
Gonna
gentlemen, that's a fucking podcast. I can't breathe. My eyes are watering. starting to see. I'm starting to see David Bowie and Lemmy. It's like, Christ, I'm coming, Jesus. Anyway,
We win again.
all right, ladies and
Lemmy.
gentlemen. Hey,
Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Amen. All right, guys. So on that note, I'm gonna turn on the music, because it's a thing that we do here at the end of the show. There you go. There's some totally not copyright infringing use of that music. Totally not copyright infringing. Not as it doesn't have anything to do with Bob Ross. Anyway, so on behalf of Shoshie, thank you so much for being here tonight. And of course, my co-host with the mo-host in the other opposite corner from where I'm pointing. He's John Spencer. I'm Menoth John. We'll see you next time. We'll hopefully get these technical glitches better next time. Good night, everybody. Love y'all. Be good.